So much of Parshat Behar deals with Shemitah, Yovel, Shov Sohoretz, Shabbos Lashem, the land rests. Shabbos for the land. And this mitzvah is crucial. In the Parsha, it talks about the Yishaftim Vetach Aleha, you'll be able to live securely in Eretz Yisrael if you keep Shemitah. And Rashi points out, when we don't keep Shemitah, we lose our right to be here. And the Tochacha we read, Oz Tirtza Oz Haaretz Eshapsoseha. When Hashem exiles us from the land, that's when the land makes up for all the years that it wasn't resting. The very existence of the Jewish population in Eretz Yisrael is dependent on the mitzvah of Shemitah. Why Shemitah? There are many mitzvahs, hatluyos, ba'aretz, there's trumas and maestros, there are lots of mitzvahs that we fulfill here and here only. In the mitzvah of Shemitah, the Torah tells us, you can have Shemitah in Yovel, year 49 is a Shemitah year, year 50 is Yovel, 2 years where we are not to till the soil. The Torah says, V'chi somer, and if you're going to say, Man nochal, what are we going to eat? You don't till the soil for 2 years, what are you going to live off? And the Pasuk says, V'tzivisi es berchasi, Hashem says, I will command my blessing. The land will produce threefold. You'll have 3 years produce in one, a bumper crop. Quite a promise. An essential element in the mitzvah of Shemitah is bitochen. Trust in Hashem. We see today Israel is still an agricultural state with all the high tech going on. What was desert? What was desert is now beautiful and productive. And is so much part of the economy. Come Shemitah, this is not an easy thing. Not everyone is ready to sit back do nothing. Not only that, even what does grow, he couldn't exercise his ownership. It's public. This is a real test. Not only is the land going to produce, but one's personal finances. How's he going to survive? This calls for a level of trust in Hashem. And of this, Chazal tell us, these are Giborei Koach, Oseh Devoro. The strength that it takes, the courage to just sit back. Ideally, you go to Kollel. You'll come back next year. Just imagine the entire industry. Takes a year off and sometimes two. Total trust in Hashem. This is a special mitzvah only in Eretz Yisrael. Of Eretz Yisrael, the Torah tells us, Eretz asher einei Hashem Elokecha oleho me'reish shana vad achris shana. It is the land that the eyes of Hashem are on from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. What does it mean Hashem's eyes are on it from the beginning of the year to the end of the year? Our eyes He doesn't have. In terms of awareness of what's going on, there's a total awareness of what's going on everywhere all the time. What it's referring to is the manner by which Hashem runs the world. He exhibits a concern as if His eyes are on it, almost to the exclusion of everything else. It's a whole different level. Decisions are taken up in heaven on the basis of Eretz Yisrael. Especially, we understand, with regard to rain, agriculture, finances, there's something special here. Hashem makes His involvement obvious. For anyone that just is ready to stop and think, well, there's divine providence all over the place. Hashgacha, Hashem is involved in the running of the world. He runs it. And everything is run precisely in the way that everyone experiences just what they're supposed to when they do. But Hashem hides it well. In Eretz Yisrael, He doesn't bother hiding. Hashgacha, it's obvious. Unless you intentionally close your eyes. Nothing here is normal. Nothing makes sense. We're surrounded by enemies. They live among us. The survival of the Jewish Yishuv of Eretz Yisrael. It's miraculous. Now Hashem should continue to save us, but it's miraculous. With all the talk of how special the IDF is, they will say openly, miracles are always taking place. It's clear. It's clear. Not only is this true on a national level, this is true on an individual level. Talk to people who live here. What it's like making a living. especially when you are dealing with the Haredi population, where there's little, if any, income and ridiculous expenditures. Eretz Yisrael is the land that Hashem created for us, runs when we are here in a way that it's clear that He's thinking of us. He provides and withholds depending on what we have to experience. He shows His closeness. And He makes us work hard too. Creates impossible situations. Yeah, the solution to the Middle Eastern problem. How many plans have there been? Does anyone here really believe any of them will ever work? No one serious does. It's the people out there that make the plans. Nothing's really feasible. How are we going to survive here? So in this week's Parsha, we're taught that bitachon is the key. The relationship between the Jewish people and the land is one of trust in Hashem. In the good old days, it was like that. It was clear. When we trusted, we were here. When we didn't, we found ourselves in exile. And now we're back. Deep down, every secular Israeli knows this. They know nothing makes sense. They grew up here. They've experienced it all. Obviously, what we've got to do is, first of all, ourselves take advantage of every day you're here. This is the special place for the Jew. It was created for us. We're not a normal people, you know. This is a special land for the Jewish people. A land that makes no sense for a people whose existence and survival makes no sense. Take advantage of it. Develop, build that relationship with Hashem and understand how He's involved in your life. And see how He leads you along, how He takes your hand. Takes you through hardship when that's what you've got to experience. And shows you His love when you really need that. Soak it in. This is the only place on earth. How much our ancestors did to try to get here. How much they dreamt. How much they tried. The greatest of them. For almost 2,000 years, the greatest of them just couldn't come. As late as the Vilna Gaon, the Chofetz Chaim. And pardon the expression, but we good for nothings. We come when we feel like it. We leave when we feel like it. Take it for granted. Complain about this and that and the other thing. Got to get ourselves together. This place is special. Appreciate it and take advantage of that closeness, the closeness that Hashem makes obvious here, where elsewhere He only hides. And we mustn't forget our responsibility for the local population, who, yes, deep down knows the truth. But externally, there's so much that stands in the way. Much of it is because of the crazy political situation here. We've got to find ways to break down the barriers and allow every Jew on the land of Israel to recognize his close relationship with his Creator. How Hashem takes his hand every day and leads him along. And this way we can trust that the Jewish nation will be here forever. That's the guarantee. It is the mitzvah of Shemitah, the mitzvah of Bitochen, an awareness of that trust that is the very fiber of what maintains the connection between the Jew and the land Hashem created for him. Work on your Bitochen and share it with whomever you can. And enjoy every minute on the land of Eretz Yisrael, the land made for us by the Creator Himself.